on the field. The pride of the Southland band crisply marches into the Giant T. The rear, the roar of 97,000 fans rises with each rhythmic step. In the background, George Beaches is singing "Fight, Balls, Fight." The orange and white Shakers flood the air. The Volunteers are ready at the north end of the football field to burst through the gate. They're coming now, racing onto the field through the Giant T. In that magic moment that says, wherever you are, it's football time in Tennessee.
Welcome to the Talkin' VAWLS Network. My name is Boogie Bentley. Tennessee set to take on Akron this Saturday. Some of you guys upset with old Boogie just skipping right over this game, talking about Florida, how important that game is. Look, but the reality is Tennessee is favored by almost 50 points on Saturday against a very bad Akron football team. They lost to Michigan State last week 52-0, struggled to do just about everything. Not only did they struggle, we're not just talking about a lack of talent, but they're undisciplined, had 10 penalties for 99 yards a week ago. They're just not very good. So what does Tennessee got to do? Tennessee has got to focus on themselves. That's right, Tennessee versus Tennessee. It's in the title of the video. That wasn't a mistake. I didn't do that by accident. Tennessee has to focus on themselves. They have to continue to improve and get better. We're going to listen to some of Josh Heupel's comments. It's a very interesting thing that he said yesterday during his media appearance. I want to talk about that, get into it, but as always, do me a favor, go ahead and smash that like button just below the video. It's quick, it's free, it's easy. I would greatly appreciate it. Also, if you're new to the Talkin' VAWLS Network, welcome. We're not experts, we're not insiders, we are fans just like you. For the fans, by the fans. If you like what we do, make sure you subscribe, click that bell for notifications. You won't miss out when we go live or when we drop a video. Tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, it is fan call-in show. We'll be taking you guys, let you guys take over the show, have some fun, talk a little Vol football. Always look forward to that. For the members of the channel, if you want to be a member, you can hit that join button down below. You can be a part of the show tonight, again, 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Let's pull up Josh Heupel here. Let's take a listen to what his statements he made about this game coming up, focusing on Tennessee, and also, going to kind of compare that to last year and also last week against Pittsburgh. Let's take a listen to these comments.
So last week, tons of upsets in college football. How do you keep this team locked in and not looking beyond Akron this week?
Yeah, the challenge every week is really us, and we talk about that every week. Talked about it this morning too. Our players got to buy into it. I didn't think, a couple of the practices last week were our best. It showed up in the way that we played at times during the course of the football game. Our preparation's got to be consistent. Your process of how you approach and get to game day is what takes you to game day to play your best football. And if you ever deviate from that plan and change it, you're setting yourself up for failure. We talked about that in the team meeting today. And college football has always been this way, but certainly this past weekend and the first weekend you see it, right? Like everybody's got 85 and they got good coaching staff, so you better prepare and be ready to compete in a really good way. Your competitiveness cannot deviate from week to week.
I think those are some interesting comments from Josh Heupel. Not necessarily about, competing against Akron, but the preparation, the time leading up to kickoff, having a couple of bad practices last week. That's something that, again, you go back to last year, he mentioned a couple of times. He mentioned it in that opener. He also mentioned it in the Pitt game, and that's a game that Tennessee went out and lost. And we talked about that game a lot and how it could have looked different. But talking about that preparation and having a couple of bad practices. And then we talk about the game against Pitt last week. And whether some of you guys want to agree, disagree, you want to say that we were a little too negative in the post-game show, Josh Pate over at Late Kick kind of agreed with everything that we said in the post-game. He talked about Hendon Hooker being off of his game last week. And it's kind of comical, even with that being said, Hendon Hooker still the SEC Offensive Player of the Week last week. So how about that? But the bottom line is we didn't get the best version of Hendon Hooker. Also, Josh Pate talked about the number of opportunities that Tennessee gave Pitt to win the game, and they just didn't get it done. The blocked punt, the fumbled punt, all the things that went wrong, the preparation, like Josh Heupel just mentioned, that went wrong last week. Tennessee, this football team, would have lost that game in previous years. But guess what? They came out with a W, and that's a big-time win going on the road against the number 17 ranked team in the country, not giving your best effort and still getting out with a win. That shows the improvement of this football team. So this week, going into the Akron game, what does Tennessee need to do? They need to work on themselves. They need to go through that preparation, whatever that preparation looks like, 48 hours leading up to kickoff that Josh Heupel likes to talk about all the time. They need to dial that in. This is a veteran-led football team with Hendon Hooker, Cedric Tillman, the guys that lead this team. You got two veteran guys leading the defense at the safety positions in Trayvon Flowers, Jalen McCullough. Veteran football team. You got to do things the right way, like Josh Heupel talks about leading up to kick. But also on the field, you've got to improve. You know, we were having a conversation over in the Talkin VAWLS Facebook group about whether or not you want Hendon Hooker out of the game early. You know, I almost kind of disagree with that. I want to see Hendon Hooker get things dialed in. I don't know what is off with his game this year. It's a little accuracy issues that we've not typically seen. And if it had just been one game or one quarter, one half, whatever, I would have been a little less concerned with it. But the fact that we've now seen it 2 weeks in a row, accuracy issues from Hendon Hooker. Now, that said, we say accuracy issues. He's still 45 of 67 on the year, 67.2%. That's just 1% lower. He was 68.2% completion percentage last season. He's already got 546 yards, 4 touchdowns, no interceptions, which again is key. Hendon Hooker doesn't turn the football over. He protects the football. But I still want to see Hendon Hooker out there. I want to see him go through the first half, make some adjustments, come out, maybe run a series in the third quarter, then get him out of the game. But Hendon Hooker's got to be better. And again, it's not like his numbers are bad. It's not like he's turning the football over. It's not like we need to bench Hendon Hooker. I just want to see the accuracy issues kind of dial in a little bit. He seems to be focused on Cedric Tillman a lot too. What was he targeted? Over 20-some times last week against Pitt? I think we need to get Brew McCoy heavily involved. We need to learn to scan the field. And some of that could be play calling. I don't know. I'm just speculating. Like I said, for the fans, by the fans. This is just one man's opinion. Brew McCoy had 4 catches for 58 yards and a touchdown last week, but I think you could get him heavily involved, and it's going to only open up this offense even more. I would target him way more. He's big, he's physical, he's a lot like Cedric Tillman. I think Hooker's got to do a better job scanning the field, getting more people involved. I want to see the tight ends do something this week. I want to see the tight ends step up, make some plays, get them involved. Where are they? They've been kind of quiet. Had a couple of drops. Princeton Fant, Jacob Warren both only had 1 catch last week. Defensively, I think you're going to see something very similar to Ball State. You're not going to see that aggressive defense that we saw against Pittsburgh. That was fun to watch. It's fun to watch this football team get after the quarterback. One of you guys in the comments made the statement, you know, when's the last time a football team feared us? And that's the way it felt in that Pitt game. You knocked Slovis out. The backup's hobbling around. I don't think he even wanted to go back out on the field. That's what you call aggressive defense. That's what Tim Banks needs to do. And we've talked about having the need to bring linebackers, bring the star position on blitzes. Can your back end hold up? I don't know if they can or not. I don't really care. I just want to see this Tim Banks defense play aggressive. You may give up some chunk plays, but bring chaos. Bring the blitz. Bring pressure. Try to force turnovers. If they score, trust in your offense to go out there and respond, because that's the way that this football team needs to be built. That's what Josh Heupel said he was looking for in a defensive coordinator when he made the hire for Tim Banks. Somebody that's going to be aggressive, play loose, play fast, let playmakers go make plays. And that's what we saw against Pittsburgh. They gave up some chunk plays. They gave up a 76-yard run. The tight end made a big play down the sideline. But they also hit the quarterback all day long, and that's what I want to see from this defense. I don't know that we're going to see that on Saturday against Akron at 7 o'clock. I think it's going to be a very vanilla, basic defense. And that's fine. That's fine. Just go out, take care of business, stay healthy, work on the things you need to work on, improve, get better, work on this run game, work on Hendon Hooker's accuracy. Let's do the things we need to do leading up to kick. And that doesn't include us, guys. We're fans. Some of you guys upset that Boogie's talking about Florida. But guess what? I could talk about playing tiddlywinks in the backyard. It does not have any impact on what this football team does on the field. As long as they're focused, they're dialed in, this coaching staff is focused and dialed in, everything is going to be just fine. Hit that comment section. Let me know your thoughts. What do you think Tennessee needs to work on this week against Akron? Also, make sure you smash that thumbs up. Go check out the official merchandise of the Talkin' VAWLS Network. You can go to bonfire.com/store/Talkin' VAWLS. Any and all support greatly appreciated. As always, thank you to all the new members of the channel. If you want to be a part of the fan call-in show tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, that's where you guys get to come on the show and talk a little Tennessee football. Make sure you join the channel down below. Hit that join button. If you are on an Apple product, the join button doesn't show up, but there is a link in the description of this video. There's several different tiers. The highest tier is who gets first access to come on the show. But again, any and all support is greatly appreciated. If nothing else, hit that thumbs up. Thank you guys for watching. Hope to see you tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. This is the Talkin' VAWLS Network. My name is Boogie Bentley. Go Big Orange.